Moving on, voting for the first phase of polling for the assembly elections in Chhattisgarh has begun. 20 out of state's 90 legislative assembly seats are voting today, including over 10 Naxal-affected areas, with over 40 lakh voters expected to cast their votes across 5,304 polling stations, while the remaining 70 seats will undergo polling on November 17. The election results will be announced on December 3. The key candidates in the fray from the BJP include former Chief Minister Raman Singh, Bhavna Bora, Lata Usendi and Gautam Mukhe. Meanwhile, Congress has fielded Muhammad Akbar, the sole Muslim candidate in elections, who is contesting from the Kawardha Assembly constituency. Additionally, Savitri Manoj Mandvi will contest from Bhanupratappur constituency against BJP's Gautam Mukhe. Other notable Congress candidates include Mohan Markham, Vikram Mandvi and Kawasi Lakhma. Not to forget, corruption charges ahead of polls has become one of the biggest issues in Chhattisgarh, with the Mahadev betting app cases being used as a focal point, followed by farmers' issue where the Congress has promised a farmers' loan waiver and pledged to procure paddy at 3,200 rupee per quintal if it retains power. Issue of Naxal violence remains a major concern for the state. A CRPF Cobra battalion Jawan was injured in an IED blast allegedly triggered by Naxals in Sukhma area. The incident occurred while the Jawan was on election duty.
पाँच साल जो हम लोग काम किए हैं उसे नक्सलवाद बहुत पीछे हट गया है और यही कारण है कि जो सड़क के किनारे मतदान केंद्र थे, अब अंदरूनी जो गांव हैं वहां मतदान केंद्र खोले गए हैं। अपने ही गांव में लोग अब मतदान करेंगे। तो इस समय जो नक्सल प्रभावित क्षेत्र है, अंदरूनी क्षेत्र है, वहां ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा मतदान होने की संभावना है।
Let's go straight across to Govind. Govind, of course, it's Congress versus BJP in Chhattisgarh. Take us through the details. What is the voter turnout at this point? IED blast during ahead of polls. What kind of security arrangements have been put in place considering the volatility right now? And of course, take us through the turnout at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. We are also witnessing amid this process of voting and election scenario there in Chhattisgarh on 20 seats in first phase. And we have witnessed that 3 or more incidences, which starts with the killing of BJP leader in Narayanpur, and then 2 Jawans were injured, in fact, in Dantewada area, Kanker area, in fact. And today in the morning in Sukhma area, the 1 Jawan of Cobra battalion was injured in planting the IED, in fact, suspected, allegedly planted by the Naxalite. And amid this whole process of Naxal activities, the elections undergoing on 20 seats in Chhattisgarh, you know, I'm reporting from Chitrakot Assembly, which is the VVIP Assembly, from where Congress Party has fielded Congress MP and PCC Chief Deepak Vej. In fact, this is, I tell you, the cameraman will show you, this is the house of Deepak Vej, the BCC Chief of Congress Party from Chitrakot Assembly area. And adjoining this house, the polling booth is there, and you see the lines, long queues, in fact, one side male and other side female. They all are just voting, and everybody is just looking so enthusiastic, you know, that in this election, the number of female voter is more than the male voters on, if we talk about all 20 seats, it's 91,000 more female voters on these seats. And here you see the process of voting is going on this seat. These are the tribal women and girls. They are also the part of this voting process. And here we just try to connect some. आप youth हैं, कुछ क्या मुद्दे हैं आपके विकास को लेके, स्वास्थ्य शिक्षा को लेकर आप उम्मीद कर रहे हैं कि अच्छा काम होना चाहिए क्षेत्र में?
अच्छा काम होने के लिए।
अच्छा, चाहते हैं कुछ बदलाव हो, जैसा चल रहा है वैसे चले?
वैसे भी चलने से करना सर।
हाँ,
बदलाव आने के लिए।
बदलाव चाहते हैं। अच्छा, तस्वीर बदले छत्तीसगढ़ की और विकास हो,
आगे बढ़े।
अच्छा. So they have just a little bit problem of understanding the Hindi because they just use their own local language. So definitely, but they are also having the vision in their mind before voting on this polling booth. So this is what the ground report from Chitrakot Assembly area from where PCC chief is contesting the election from Congress party. And here behind the cameraman you see the women are keep continuing, and that is why it is being told that the more number of women in comparison male here in Chhattisgarh, 91,000 more than the males on all 20 seats. So this is somewhat pleasant and good to know that the women are having their own more number and enthusiasm. They are enjoying in fact this election and of just taking part more and more, and the queue of women is much longer than the men here. The cameraman will show you with panning the camera. The queue of women is much more longer than the males queue. That is why it is proven that really the number of women voters is more than the male in Chhattisgarh. That is the pleasant news. But here we just try to know, ask someone else. कुछ बदलाव चाहते हैं, जैसा चल रहा है वैसे ही चले, विकास चाहते हैं क्षेत्र में आप लोग, स्कूल शिक्षा में अच्छा काम हो चाहते हैं ऐसा?
हाँ चाहते हैं क्या, अच्छा होना चाहिए। हाँ
बच्चों की पढ़ाई शिक्षा,
हाँ पढ़ाई शिक्षा जोन गांव में कुछ नहीं है तो उसको वहाँ पूरा करे सरकार। हाँ
अच्छा, आप भी चाहते हैं सरकार बिल्कुल अच्छा काम करे?
हाँ
बच्चा लोगों को पढ़ाई उड़ाई करना, देखभाल करना, अच्छा रहना, हमारा मासा पारा गड़िया में अच्छा ठीक से बढ़िया रहना चाहते हैं हम लोग।
अच्छा
ठीक है ना? हाँ।
So this is exactly what these women are just expecting, much more, and they want comparatively the better life, and that is why they have their vision in their mind before voting to any of the party.
Right. Thank you, Govinda, for bringing those voices of women voters. Huge participation among women voters in Chhattisgarh. Of course, Govind there reporting from Chitrakot.